There we are.
Windows are open.
Yep.
Still 20 odd degrees outside.
Yep.
One job, eh?
Good afternoon, everyone. We'll start with the broadcast session when everyone's ready. We'll start with Kirsty. No embargo, but no live tweeting during the presser, please.
Hi, Kirsty. Oh, yeah, good, you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Well, look, the countdown's on. We're less than a week now till deadline day. So with that in mind, how close are you to adding to your squad? Can we see any new faces before Sunday?
I don't think before Sunday. I hope so, before the end of the window. But yeah, there's nothing imminent. There's a lot going on. Both players coming in and going out. But no, I don't see anything before the weekend.
To write down all the names that you've been linked with, but the very latest of which, talk of a loan move for Michael Keane. You've looked into that. Can you tell us anything about that? No,
I can't, and I won't talk about any players that until they sign. So you're probably right. We've been linked with a lot. Some may be true, some are definitely not. But you know. Listen, we want to sign more players. We would have liked. I know we signed a lot of players, and we're not going to shy away from talking about that and why we've done it. And the reality is, we would have hoped to sign even more by what we have done now. But that's the nature of a transfer window. So yeah, still a few days to get some things done both ways, and we'll see how we end up.
When we talk about those names, it's probably dominated at the moment by defensive players. Is that a key target for you?
I think we want to get to a point when the window closes that we have good cover for every position, but also good challenge for every position as well. And we've talked many times about the usage now of 5 subs, which I think is a game changer. And you know, we just want to give ourselves the best opportunity to be able to compete, and that's all we're trying to do. You know, I'd much rather get asked questions about how many players we've signed than maybe not signing enough, because it just shows that we have the right ambition. So yeah, we're still going through the transfer window process, and like I said, at the end of the window when it shuts, hopefully, and there's no guarantee, hopefully we've got enough players in our squad to, like I said, to cover each position and to give the right challenge for each position, so we have a competitive environment, you know, on the training pitch, and that's all we're looking to do.
When you're building a squad like you have been doing and adding all of these names, I guess there's never really any knowing how they'll all work together until the proof is in the pudding. They're out there on the pitch. Yeah. From what you've seen so far, very early days, but are you confident? Yeah,
I really believe in the players that we're working with every day. I really believe in the ones who were with us from last season, and the new boys that have come in. We've done a lot of due diligence on the type of players and characters that we wanted to add. There's no guarantee with anybody, and there's no guarantee, you know, with a team that would have exactly the same squad as last year as well, because this is football, and you know, like I said, if there was one way of doing it, we'd all be doing it. Our circumstances are that we had to reshape the squad and the team because of the nature of the makeup of last season, and we're going through that process, and not thinking too much about anybody else, just thinking about ourselves and our circumstances, and trying to grow every day, trying to build our identity even stronger and our way of playing and the culture that we want the players to be part of, and we will stick to that. And I feel like every day we're making progress on all of them aspects, and hopefully that will continue.
How much of a test will this game on Sunday be? I mean, just looking at their front three, you know, a lot of people will say it's either the best in the Premier League or certainly amongst the best. Yeah,
it's a huge challenge. You know, there's no doubt about that against Tottenham Hotspur on the weekend, and the coach that they have, the players that they have. You know, they are a very dangerous opponent in a number of ways. You know, both with and without the ball. But this is why we wanted to get in the Premier League. This is why we wanted to be part of it, to be playing these games. So we're under no illusions. This is a really, really tough game, but we don't fear it. We're ready to go for it, and it's at home. And you know, when people come here, we want to make the City Ground a really difficult place to play, and that'll be no different on Sunday. So as I said, yeah, we know it's going to be a really tough game, but one we are really looking forward to and proud to be part of.
And is it a game you go into thinking, yeah, you look at their attack, but actually, what can we do? How can we be danger to them?
Exactly, you know, because like I said, if we don't have belief in ourselves, then why will anybody else believe in us? So, you know, we've got a good home record at the moment, carrying on from last season. We've only played once at home this year, I know, but yeah, we go into the game confident. We go into the game backing ourselves, believing what we do. Again, very, very aware of who we're playing against and the strengths that they have. But I go back to, this is the league we want to be part of, and these are the games that are exciting to be part of, and you know, we're going to be ready for it.
First time coming up against Antonio Conte?
For me, yeah, we'll be here, and like I said, really looking forward to coming up against his team and him, and but won't be an awe. We look forward to it. We back ourselves and see where it goes.
And you're tying your handshake just right as well against him.
Yeah, like last week and the week before and the week after as well. Yeah, there'll be no difference there.
You talked about having to replace so many players from last season, one of which, of course, was Jed Spence, who did so well for you. He's not so far managed to break through to that Tottenham team, but what kind of player do you think they've got on their hands there?
Well, I can only talk about Jed from last season, and he was obviously excellent for us, as was all the loan players last season. So obviously we wish him well, apart from this weekend when we face them later on in the season. But you know, current circumstance I'm not too sure of, and you know, with respect, it's nothing to do with us. But yeah, we was good to work with him last year. He's a good guy, and you know, like I said, apart from the weekend, we wish his career well.
All the best.
Thanks, Kirsty. Thank you. Yeah, I was saying nobody's looking. Don't worry.
Can't
afford these highfalutin mics. To continue what Kirsty was saying about Jed Spence, I mean, you've been an academy coach where you've had to direct kids going on and where they're best to progress. When you sat down with Jed Spence at the end of last season, did you think that his future would be better at Forest than at Tottenham?
It's an irrelevant question, really. You know, I can only talk about Jed last year, and like I said, we enjoyed our work with him, and he did a good job for us. Asked me the same question about Brennan, and happy to answer. Alex Mighton, Ryan Yates. Obviously, Ryan's a little bit older, but you know, we'll always have young players in our squad, and hopefully in our team, because I think that's an important ingredient of what the supporters want to see. You know, hometown, academy grown players, and you know, we're lucky that we do have some of them boys. You know, one of them captains the team, and we've got other boys that'll be competing for places week in, week out as well. So I think young players always have big decisions to make in terms of where they need to play their football, and sometimes they have to go on loan, sometimes they have to commit to new contracts at the club they already have, sometimes they need to think about moving on. And you know, if you're a good young player and you have a good career, then some of them decisions end up being really important. So you know, happy to answer that about the boys who are with us. The guys who've been with us and left, you know, it's with respect, it's nothing I should really be talking about now. But you know, like I said, young players is something that will always be a part of our squad here. And you know, we give a 16-year-old his debut the other night at Grimsby, and we were really proud to be able to do that. I think he was the second youngest player to play. So academy is really important here. Obviously, we've gone to the highest level now, and it's going to be hard for these guys to break through. But you know, we will always do our best to give the young players a go.
There seems to be a definite change in refereeing decisions this season, and letting the game go on and flow. How have you found it, and has it changed the way that you train and go into the game?
I think it's definitely different to the Championship, 100% different to the Championship. But having sat in the Premier League managers meeting for the first time, it seemed that it was a carry on from last season. And I can't say I obviously studied the Premier League so much last season for obvious reasons, although obviously, you know, I watched the games. But it seems to be that it's a little bit of a follow-on from last season. For us, being a promoted team, it's definitely a change, and it's something that we're talking about quite a lot. And we're trying to adapt and go with the flow with it. So we've got no complaints. Quite like the fact that there's been some changes to keep the ball in play a bit more and to keep it a more exciting game, multi-ball, etc. So I've no complaints with that. What we have to do as a team, like everybody else, is try and use these current ways of playing the game to our advantage, and at the same time not let the opponent get the better of us on these things as well. So VAR is the same for us. Obviously it's not in the Championship, it is in the Premier League, and that's another thing we've been talking about a lot. So just trying to take all these things head on and use them as best we can.
Now we're all looking forward on Sunday to loud renditions of Just Can't Get Enough.
I hope so.
Is this with reference to your appetite for signing players?
Am I supposed to answer that?
Let me put it another way. With so many players signed, have you done anything different for team building? Many years ago, people like Barry Fry used to take them paintball and whatever. When you've got a lot of players in, you need to get them to know each other quick. Have you done anything like that?
You need big insurance now to go paintballing. No, I think. Listen, I understand, and I'll say it, week in, week out, until you stop asking, that we have brought in a lot of players, and we knew we were going to. I'll be honest, I would hope we would have brought even more in by now, and I hope that we can bring some more in before the end of the window. And it's a challenge we're enjoying and embracing. I would much rather be, as I said to Kirsty before, I would much rather be answering questions about bringing in so many players to not bringing in enough. Because that shows that, we do want to compete at this level and we do want to have ambition. And it's the circumstance we found ourselves in. To answer your question, how you build a culture and an environment, for me, is an everyday behaviour. Team bonding can help and things like that. But for me, it's how you treat people every day and how they treat each other, whether it be a staff to player, player to player, player to staff. Regardless of who the staff member is, I think that's how you build a culture. And it's about staying pretty level through the highs and lows, because hopefully we'll win some games this year. We will definitely lose games, because that's the name of the game. And we want to be as strong as we can be through all of these moments. And that's what I think, a good culture ends up being, is when you stay consistent to your values and beliefs and you live and breathe them every day. And that's what we're going to aim to do.
Cheers.
Colin?
Hi, I was just doing some sums. I reckon I've covered about 35 transfer windows. I've not seen many managers look as though they're actively enjoying it. And you look as if you're actively enjoying the transfer window, that whole process.
I'll be happy when it shuts, I can tell you that. No, I think that... that's another player now coming in. No, I think that... I don't know if enjoying is the word. Certainly embracing, because we, like everybody else, when the window shuts, we just want to give ourselves the best chance to be the best we can be and be as competitive as we can be. And like I said, to give ourselves an opportunity to succeed this season. And that's all we're trying to do. We've had to play a lot of catch up in terms of, say, the other promoted teams who have already had the type of signings that we have made already in their squad. So we're only playing catch up to them, and that we feel that's going to give us an opportunity to, as I said, to succeed this season. So definitely embracing it, definitely sticking to our plan. Some things have had to go a different way because that's the nature of the transfer window, and we're still navigating through that. But my main focus every day is the service that you give the boys who come into training, whether it be on the pitch or off the pitch, and then running parallel to that is possible ins and outs, the nature of a transfer window. So we're taking it all in our stride. It's a lot calmer than maybe what's been perceived. There's a lot less numbers being paid than what's being reported, I can assure you that. And we're just carrying on with it. Like I said, there's still a few more days left yet. Let's see what happens. If I'm being honest, my only focus at this moment in time is preparation for Sunday. That's the only thing that's important to me today. If some things go on outside of that with the guys who are recruiting and trying to bring players in, then great.
You talk there about giving yourself a chance to succeed. There's a cliche about promoted teams that success is just staying up. With the players you've been able to bring in and with what you've seen so far in the Premier League, how are you calibrating your ambitions? What is success?
Well, success for us at the moment is trying to win a game against Tottenham on the weekend. As I said before, a really tough game. we're under no illusions of that. But again, we're really looking forward to it, and we want to be part of, So we're not looking much further than that, and taking it game by game. We believe in what we do, we believe in how we play, we believe in how we work. We want to be a strong spirit here. That's something we're building, carrying on from last season. And if we get all that right, then we give ourselves the best chance of succeeding. What success looks like, I'm not too sure, because we take it one game at a time. And we'll see where we are in 30-odd games' time.
Thank you. Broadcast done. Written section. Sorry, yeah, of course, mate, yeah.
You said you want more players in speed. Have you got a number on how many more you want between this?
No, not an exact number, but and my number might be different to other people's thoughts. So no, it's difficult to say an exact number, but certainly lots of things going on, lots of work going on, and like I said, that will be the number we end up with when the window shuts. Will be inclusive of players leaving as well. So still a bit of work to do.
Can I just check injury news as well? Any fresh injuries?
No, not really. Obviously, Morgan missed the other game, picked up a kick against Everton, so unfortunately, he was unavailable for Grimsby, because we would have liked to give him a run out there. So we'll see where he's at for the weekend. We want to give him every opportunity, but apart from that, we're as we were. Some of the long-term injuries are progressing, but miles off, being ready to feature for us.
Is Moose's injuries padded first or what?
Yeah, it's like it's going to be a few months, as we said. So he's at the early stages of that. He's been really positive, obviously, which is a difficult moment for him, coming to a new team, new country. Started the season, the first couple of games, we were really happy with him and what he'd done pre-season. So it was a real kick in the teeth for him to pick up the injury that he has. And we were all shocked when the scan came back, but it's something that we're all dealing with. It's part and parcel, unfortunately, and he and us will give him the best opportunity to recover as quick and as best as he can. Thank you.
Cool. Now it's written section. Daily